everything.
Yeah.
Terry, what are we doing here?
Man, we checking out Leica for the first time. You feel me?
So Terry and I, we've been shooting with our Leicas mostly.
This camera is so far, okay? Haven't had mine that long.
Yeah.
But this thing is so much fun. Like, I don't really care about the specs and all that shit, but like using it, fire. It's fire.
So don't be expecting much spec talk in either of our videos, most likely, because really it just has been fun. We're treating it like point and shoots. One of the methods I've been using the most on this is shutter drag.
Some of y'all won't get it. Photography doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be personal. And this city always gets up in my business. It makes me feel uncomfortable because it's alive and it never stops moving. And I simply can't keep up. I'm not chasing views. I'm just playing with my food. As I sit on my living room floor, the world moves too fast to give a fuck what you think.
That one is tough.
Oh, that's fire.
That's fucking tough.
I think some people might be a little confused with this because we're so used to, in our current market and society of cameras, people think if you buy a camera, it has to be an investment to make money, or because there's reasoning behind it, that's a financial gain, or common sense. But what happened to like just getting a camera because you like photography? If that is you and you don't want to do anything too serious, you don't want to get a Leica, you can't afford a Fuji or anything like that, this might fit the bill a little bit more. So Drew actually has a X100.
I do.
6. What do you haven't really shot with this too much, but you have any thoughts on it?
I do like that it has a zoom on it. There are definitely times where I wish I could punch in a little bit more. Obviously it's what, like 40 megapixels. So you do have a crop with the X100, which I like, but having an actual zoom on is really nice. And it doesn't really add too much size to the camera. The other thing that was cool that you were talking about was the LUTs or the styles and stuff that you were able to do. And I wish I had more time to play with that. But from what you were saying, it sounded really, really awesome.
We all love Fujisims, but personally, the way that Lumix has been doing it, I low-key like it a little bit more than the Fujisims. Because Fujisims, you kind of get what Fuji gives you. When it comes to this Lumix, you can make whatever you want out of it. You can import your own LUTs, you could customize them in the camera. But I'm shocked myself, but I've been using sample LUT 1 the most, which is just like a baked in look on there.
I can't stand to leave you, baby. It break my heart to go. I can't stand to leave you, baby.
Build quality wise, made out of metal. Still very light though, so it kind of has that inherently, cheaper feel. It doesn't feel, like my Leica MP. Granted, I think I paid like $5,000 for this. And I think brand new, these probably go for like $600 or $6,500. Fully brass, this is the cream of the crop when it comes to cameras. This Lumix isn't gonna touch that. It's still fun though. And the fact that, it is a little bit lighter, it's not as expensive, like way less expensive. So cool thing about this too is you can customize this up here, but I have them currently set to their stock settings, which is basically going to change the format. This is 4:3, I believe. This will be 3:2, this will be 16:9, and then 1:1. The only thing this camera's missing is an X-Pan mode.
65 by 24. You know, I don't understand why.
That was impressive.
That was
Because
good.
Terry don't know numbers.
You can't read, but I don't understand why y'all wouldn't put it in there. Lumix, y'all do everything else right. And every other camera y'all sell has 65 by 24. So why did, hold on.
Quick interruption. I just relaunched my Rambler LUTs. We are now on version 2. So if you previously bought version 1, send me an email with your order number, your receipt to show proof of purchase, and I'll give you a free upgrade. But currently, I'm launching them for Sony S-Log 3, Panasonic V-Log, and DJI D-Log M. The other formats will come soon down the road. I gotta make a little more tweaks before I launch them. So for this whole video, I used the Rambler 75 LUT on there. So all the Lumix L10 footage, I use that LUT. All the DJI Osmo Nano footage, I use the LUT. Then there's some clips with the Sony a7 IV, I use that LUT on there. So I'll put a link down in the description if you guys want to check it out. Thank you for all the support. Enjoy the rest of the video. I don't live in a city. Even LA, the city of LA is nothing like New York. So there's so much commotion. Everything's constantly moving, constant hustle and bustle. A lot of these shots are gonna have this blur to it. And some of you guys might think, oh, all these shots are blurry. I'm purposely trying to do that. I like the added texture. I like the motion. Even on the subject, I like it to be a little bit blurred out. And usually when it comes to zooms, the only times I really use a zoom is when I'm doing commercial work. But honestly, having a zoom on this has been pretty fucking dope. So, like, cause I can go all the way to 24 millimeters, all the way up to 75 millimeters. Cause there's a lot of instances, again, in New York where, you know, my eye kind of sees all those different type of focal lengths. Currently, I have my camera set up to where instead of it being like a standard digital zoom where it just zooms in and out, I have it set to focal lengths. So if I zoom in, it goes to the next focal length. So it's 24, 28, 35, 50, 70, and 75. And I also have it, the focal length saved. So say if I go to 35 millimeter, turn the camera off, when I turn it back on, it'll automatically go to 35 millimeters. So that's kind of how I've been using it. So you guys can see, I've been teaching Terry a lot on this trip. It's
Wow. Wow.
I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Alex has been shooting with his M7. I'm gonna give him this for 5 minutes. And we're gonna get his thoughts.
Is it because I ran out of battery on my set?
Yes, we did have to hunt down some batteries for him because the M7 is fully electronic, but
So Terry's got a deeper voice than me, so it's probably just gonna pick him up. First of all, I really, really like the LUT you have on right now. So that alone just makes me want to use it. Ooh, that's kind of cool.
oh, you just get that?
Yeah.
Motherfucker made me look bad already.
I mean, I got a lot more practice. You know, I'm out here every single day on the streets. It's got a pretty quick focus. Yeah, I'm gonna put this down to like, what is it, 1.7?
It's a good thing Alex just asked me that because the lens is a f1.7. I think it's a f2.8, and it's variable. That 24 millimeters is f1.7. Obviously, as you zoom in, you start going down.
Yeah, because normally I like to zoom in a lot. I like to play in between 28 and 50, 35 and 50. But a lot of times when I have a zoom camera, I have to like slowly wait for it to get there. This is more of a quick tap and I know it's gonna land.
I will say too, obviously this isn't gonna be like a bokeh monster, it's micro four thirds. Even if it's a f1.7 at 24 millimeters, obviously that wide, you're not gonna get compression. F1.7 on micro four thirds, that's like a what, f3.2, like the equivalent in bokeh to full frame. So I've been learning, I don't know if you guys have seen my video about closing down. So this camera is coming at me at the perfect time because I'm totally okay with doing that now, where before I was a bokeh snob. But with that said, the thing that's really impressed me is the fucking internal profiles, the color profiles. There's a sample LUT 1. That's what I've been rocking. It reminds me of like expired Fuji Superior.
Yeah, almost
or Superior.
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 But not just like film, but like it reminds me of Ultramax when you push it about to stop.
Ooh.
It's got those like brown undertones that just look really good on the skin.
Long meat sticks that you like to put in the buns and then eat them.
Isn't that your favorite?
What's wrong with you?
It's not really going to be a bokeh monster. So as somebody that likes to do street photography, doesn't really matter because I want to be able to get everything in focus. So the sensor size doesn't really make any difference. Normally I'm shooting at f8, f11. So now I can actually let a lot more light into the sensor while keeping everything in focus. So for me, I think it's a perfect like street camera.
All right, let me say something, okay? Alex.
You guys can smell it.
Hey, make sure you include this in the video. Don't cut my part out. Kind of to go on with the whole theme of like, I don't take this camera too serious when it comes to specs and dynamic range and all that, because the JPEGs just look so freaking good, and I don't really care to go into post afterwards and edit them and all that. Plus, we got Lumix Lab, which is a whole discussion in itself.
You know, this is a stills photographer camera first. That's what this camera's for. And Lumix is downplaying the video features, but this has more video features than a Sony camera.
One of you D-bags is gonna pick this camera up and then start testing out rolling shutter and start doing overheating tests and all of that shit. And this camera is not for that.
All right, guys, I just got home yesterday. We got to throw some anamorphic on this video. So if you guys don't know what this is the Blazar Nero. This is the first product that Blazar ever came out with. This is where I first hounded them. Didn't get any traction, bought it myself, did a video. Then I started to get some traction from them. You guys can see you don't have to put the Alien versus Predator lens cap on here. It comes with this standard adapter ring, and then it just clips in and out, and then you could clip on the Alien looking one. So a few things could go wrong with this too. This is a pretty heavy anamorphic adapter. This is considered very compact for what this is, but obviously this is a zoom lens. I don't think this is going to be good to put it on there. So I don't recommend doing this actually, but we're going to do it. That also leads me to say Lumix did not put anamorphic support on this for obvious reasons. It's not made to do this. I'm doing this just for fun. We don't have the anamorphic D-stretch, anamorphic IBIS. We don't have any of that. I'm having to pull focus with the lens itself. We have a Peter McKinnon VND on there, and that's what we got. The camera was giving me some issues. Oh, freaking dirty. Oh, God. My windshield wipers falling off. All right, guys, I'm not going to go too crazy with this because it was not made to do this, and I most likely am breaking the zoom right now. But I just wanted to showcase that even though I think this is an outstanding photo camera for anybody who wants, you know, kind of an EDC, you know, just fun type camera, it's also insane how Lumix is still giving us video features. All right, so here's the setup for this one. You guys can see I'm using my new Rambler version 2 strap. You get this at Clever Supply, but I just have it around my side mirror here just in case the camera pops off. But that's it. I'll put this magnetic mount in the description as well. Everybody's always asking about it. But yeah, again, I do not recommend this. Do not do this. Do not do this. Do not do that. Don't do it. Just don't. It's really not worth it because you might break your camera. Don't stop. The whole point of me doing this is purely just to show and flex that this camera does do video, and I do plan on using it for video, but not for this. If I'm going for a compact setup, I'm gonna go for the Lumix S9 or even maybe the Nikon ZR. I'll put the DZR Canas on it or the Blazar Vipers. Those are my two most recent anamorphics that I've been using the most, or actually the Talons on email. But I do plan on using this camera for creating reels, because the more organic and authentic you can make a reel and make it look like you filmed it on your iPhone, the better it does, because people are just, you know, people are over being sold to in the commercial look. So I do think this is going to be a happy medium, because it is micro four thirds, which, you know, you're not going to get crazy compression. You're going to get more iPhone looking compression on it. But I still have Vlog, I still have OpenGate, I still have all my professional cinema tools, waveforms, zebras, frame guides, like everything's in there except for the anamorphic support and except for shutter angle. Lumix, what are you doing? We should still have shutter angle on this. What do you guys think when you guys, like, come on. You're not gonna decapitate any of your other sales just because you put shutter angle on here. I think I am going to use this for vlog type material like you saw in all the New York footage. It was incredibly nice to be able to, you know, have a professional set of tools and a little tiny camera where I could still use it, you know, to vlog but still get professional image quality out of it. Now when it comes to overheating times and all that, I have zero clue. I haven't used it enough for video to find out, but I don't plan on doing any like super long takes with it.
If the overheating was great on it, I probably would shoot a lot more photo shoot DTS with it, but I'm assuming it's not going to be great. All right, guys, that's it for this. I just want to show that you could use it in a more fun type of way, but I do not recommend to do this setup. This isn't smart at all. But let's zoom in with it real quick too. So it only works at 50 millimeters and up. So I'll zoom in. And now that's 75 millimeters. Go to infinity, zoom back out. Focus looks like it shifts a hair bit. And then you can see at 24 millimeters, a bunch of vignetting. So this is definitely good for, 40 millimeters might clear. But once I get up to 50, there's zero vignetting. Anyways, yeah, I don't recommend this, but Lumix, put shutter angle in there, please. I think we can use that. All right, guys, we're back on the normal lens and we're at 24 millimeters. And I'm just recording on the new Lumix mic. I forgot what it's called, but it's small, has like a UFO on top of it, and it does 32-bit float audio. On this little tiny point and shoot zoom camera, we have 32-bit audio. Nobody else is doing shit like this except for Lumix. It's crazy. But anyways, I bumped into Jericho. I probably should have filmed with him, but what's going to be amazing about this, I'm going to zoom in. There we go. Now I have a whole new focal length right here. So I bumped into Jericho in there and he came out and checked out the camera and he had a very similar idea on the way to use this camera. And that's with using it kind of like a camcorder video camera type thing. The perfect shot example that I have is when that guy was doing the soccer tricks with the soccer ball. I was zooming in while I was tracking him. And it has this very unique mix of a look between a camcorder but professional. Because we have the V-Log, we have crazy dynamic range. A Micro Four Thirds sensor is still a little bit bigger than what those camcorders would film in, whether it was digital or film. And again, on top of that, we still have most of the cinema tools. It's just missing shutter angle Lumix. Again, it's crazy guys doing crazy image quality on this, but no shutter angle. So I've been filming for the past 35 minutes, where it usually only takes you 5 minutes to go get a coffee. And that's just because all the setups and stuff, I'm getting grumpy because I just want to start editing and drink my coffee. I haven't seen any overheating warnings at all. So I don't know, maybe this is a viable option for long recording times.